Hi everybody, welcome to another video. Today I want to talk about the 10 things that you could be doing that are keeping you poor. 10 things that are keeping us broke. Let's get into it. Number one, you need to start paying yourself first. I know you've heard of this before. What does that mean? So when you get paid, you need to be putting your money where it's going to make you rich in the future. Not spending your money to other things that are making other people rich. And obviously we are going to pay for rent, we are going to pay for electricity, we're going to pay for our car, we're going to pay for our car insurance. But first, put yourself first, prioritize yourself, have that mindset, change that mentality and be like, I come first. I worked hard to earn this money. So I'm going to prioritize me, pay myself first, and then start paying other people. So how do you do that? So number one, I want you to have a retirement. So in that way, you are putting a small amount of money from your income. So for example, let's say you get paid 20,000 Rand, 1,000 Rand is going to your retirement fund. That is an investment. When I do your retirement, for example, I pick a portfolio that is doing well, that is growing well, that's going to grow your funds. So that's at the age of 55 when you want to access your money, or 65 or whenever you want to retire, your money has grown nicely. But it's also got that two-part system. So you do have that savings pot as well available at an event that you desperately need funds in the future. You do have that option. So a retirement fund is great. That's a nice way to pay yourself because you are putting your money where it's going to grow and you're investing in yourself for the future, or just any other investments. And there's a lot of videos here on YouTube talking about investments. I'm not going to get too much into it, but it's basically investing in yourself. So that's how you pay yourself first. Number two is not knowing where your money is going. So a lot of people don't have something called a budget. They find it restricting. They think a budget is something that is controlling you. But actually, a budget is you controlling where your money is going. So when you have a budget, and at first it's going to be difficult if it's the first time you are ever experiencing having to budget, you're going to feel like you are getting too honest with your numbers and you don't like what it's telling you. But what happens is now that you know what's happening with your money, now you can make a change. Remember, you cannot change what you don't know. And let me tell you something, a lot of people who are budgeting, who are in control, who are managing their finances are building wealth because they know what's going on. They have a visual roadmap of where my money is going, and they're realizing, oh, I don't want my money to be going there because that is wasting my money. I'd rather my money go here because that's going to help me make more money or grow my money or make my money have babies, so investing. So you basically have an idea of what you're spending your money on every single month. You realize, oh, am I eating out too much? That's the realization I had when I started my journey. Am I going out for lunch with the girls every single weekend that I actually, you know what, this is a waste of money. I can do this just once a month and then put the rest into savings. I am currently doing a no buy challenge, and I'm realizing how much my miscellaneous was just going to things that I actually sometimes don't really need, just because it's a miscellaneous fund, so it's in my budget, I don't feel bad. But now that I'm actually physically saving my miscellaneous fund, so I have a miscellaneous fund if I do need anything, but if I don't need anything, I am putting that fund into a savings fund, and it's up to 1,800 Rand now. It is the 10th of January. I don't know what the miscellaneous fund will be by the end of this month. So as you can see, like when you're being more intentional, when you know exactly and you have a roadmap of where you want your money is going, because you have your priorities, your goals, where you want to be, you start changing how you act. You start changing the decisions that you make for your money, and you start building the wealth and get out of that poor mindset and that poor living, that paycheck to paycheck life. The third way that we are keeping ourselves poor is by living this very expensive lifestyle to keep up with society. So I know some people that I know very well that cannot afford what they buy, the things they buy. But because they have the money, so just because you have the money doesn't mean you can afford it. Let me explain what I mean. So you get paid 10,000 a month, right? And the weave you want to wear is 5,000 rand. So you have the money because you're going to get paid 10,000, but you cannot afford it because your bills, your rent alone is probably 4,000. And then now you're left with 1,000 because the other 5,000 you spent it on hair. And that 1,000 is also going to take care of electricity, of food, of Uber or petrol, of whatever it is that you need to take care of. So you see where I'm going with this. So you have the money, you're going to get paid 10,000, but because you didn't actually budget properly, you go and on payday, you buy your weave. Now you have 5,000 rand. You have to pay rent because you need a home. And now you're left with 1,000. Now you need money that's going to help you survive for an entire month. What ends up happening is you get debt. So stop getting these expensive things, living this expensive lifestyle just to keep up with society. Live that lifestyle if yes, you can afford it. That's just how it is. You can afford it. It's your life. You're fine. You're not in debt. You're not struggling just to post on Instagram that you are carrying a designer handbag. So a lot of people, I know some people that buy designer bags, like a LV bag, just to post on Instagram so people can see that they're living this lifestyle. But because I know them personally, I know that they're actually struggling. So you have a Louis Vuitton bag, but you're actually struggling. You could have got a nice bag from Woolworths for 600 rand. That's a very expensive, nice bag, and you would have been fine. Number 4, which is very connected to number 3, is just because you qualify does not mean you afford. So some people are getting SMSs, and I'm one of them as well, that get notifications from my bank that I qualify for a loan of this amount. Imagine, you guys already know that we are on a debt-free journey with my husband, and we are paying off a loan which is started at 300,000 rand. And it's not even close to even being half. It's sitting on 278,000. It's like we haven't even touched it. But I'm already receiving notifications from the bank that, hey, you qualify for 170,000. You also qualify for a short-term one for like 10,000. Like, what? It's so tempting. But some people will look at this, especially coming from the festive season, December, will look at that and be like, oh, let me just take it. Let me just grab it. I qualify, so might as well take it. I need it. School fees, I need to do this, I need to do that. So just because you qualify doesn't mean you can afford it. So now you've qualified, you've taken this loan. Now the minimum payments are starting at the end of this month on payday. Now you've got this minimum payment, the other debt, the other credit card, the other thing, the car. You've also got the rent, you've got the kids, you've got this. It's a lot. So have a look at your budget, and if you qualify for this and you feel like you need it, have a look at your budget and see if you can actually afford it monthly. Some other people qualify for a very expensive car, for example. They also qualify for a non-expensive car, but they're going to pick that one because remember, number 3, they want to show their lifestyle, the expensive lifestyle online, that I'm driving this lavish car because I qualified for it. But then that monthly installment is a killer. I've got a lot of clients that I'm dealing with, that I'm helping them with their budget. And yes, we were not taught this, so I'm not blaming anyone. It's just I want you to be aware that just because you qualify for this car doesn't mean that you can actually afford it monthly. So there's a minimum payment for the car. There is an insurance for that car. There's an insurance for a Suzuki Swift. There's an insurance for a Range Rover. Those car insurances are not going to be the same. So there's an insurance for that car. There's car servicing. There's petrol. There's a whole lot of things that you need to think about that you pay for monthly. You're not just paying for the minimum payment, you're also paying for the other payments as well, that in total it ends up being like around 9,000 that you're paying on this car, not the 5,000 that you had budgeted for the minimum payment. I ran out of space. I'm not sure what was I saying over there. What was I saying? Okay, let's move on to number 5. Number 5, one of the other reasons that are keeping us poor, that are keeping us broke, is living on one income. And I know some of you don't really have a choice, and I understand, but try your best to take this opportunity as the new year has started to learn a new skill that's going to bring you an extra income. You've got nothing to lose. Just learn a new skill. Go on Coursera, go on Google. Google also has these certificates. Learn about digital marketing, learn about data analytics, learn about other things that are going to bring you an extra income or even change your job completely. You never know. So I'm going to make an example with myself. I was working a full-time job, a very full-time job. I was in sales. I was working 6 days a week, and it took a lot of my time. But I made sure to make time for you guys. So I started a YouTube channel and was sharing my journey of paying off my loan and how I'm budgeting. Before I even got monetized on YouTube to start making money on YouTube, I had people who are wanting to buy my planners, who wanting to buy my binders, who wanting to buy my envelopes, want to buy my PDF trackers and all of that. And that's how I was making an extra amount of money, because I learned InDesign, I learned how to design books, I learned how to design planners, and I printed them out. That's the loan I took the first time to buy in bulk a whole lot of journals, and it brought in so much money. I ended up paying off that loan. So as you can see, I wasn't going to be able to pay off that loan, the car that we paid off, Vodacom, the other debts that we have paid off without another stream of income. With just one income was not going to be possible. So I hope that this inspires you, motivates you to learn a skill today and make time for it. I recorded a video on a Saturday, edited on a Saturday, uploaded on a Saturday or Sunday, and that was it. I was uploading once a week. Now I upload all the time, because now that side hustle has become my full-time job. So you can also do that. You just need to learn another skill. Take that time, dedicate an hour a day after work and just record videos, how to edit videos. Speaking of editing videos, I am going to upload how to edit videos on the Cornerstone Club. So if you want to join, you can click the join button here. So you can learn a lot about building a brand, editing videos, social media, all of that, so that you can build another stream of income as well. So I dedicated an hour to record videos every Saturday after work, because I used to finish at 12, and then I would edit and I would upload it either on a Saturday or a Sunday. Number 6 that's keeping us poor or broke is not having an emergency savings fund. So an emergency savings fund is for emergencies. What happens is, if an emergency comes up, you end up using your credit card, your debt. You end up getting a loan. You borrow money from loan sharks or whatever it is that is going to take you backwards. You won't be able to build wealth well when you own so many people, when you have so many debts. So build up your savings so that if an emergency happens, you have an emergency fund, a little pocket, a little buffer available for you to use. Also, another thing that I can add on top of that is having things like life insurance, having things like disability cover, critical illness cover, income protection, retrenchment protection. Obviously, I can help you with that as a financial advisor with Liberty, but you also have that, even if it's not through me, have it somewhere else, but just to make sure that at an event, an emergency happens where you cannot work because you got really sick or something happened, you are covered. There's going to be a payout. There's going to be funding. There's going to be money coming in that's going to help you. Number 7, that's another habit that we need to stop, is just paying the minimum payment on your debt. Minimum payment is a lie. It's not going to get you out of debt. It will in time, but it's going to take you how long? Like if they give you, for example, a house right now and they say you have 25 years to pay it off, are you going to be paying off that house in 25 years? You can pay it off quicker than you think, just if you add a little bit more to the monthly payments. So get out of that habit. of paying just minimum payments and then using the rest on other spending that you don't need. Rather put it into that debt and pay it off as quickly as possible. It's also going to save you paying off that interest. And if you want to know how much interest you are paying, I do have a budget tracker, a Google spreadsheet that you can use to put all your figures, and it's going to tell you how much interest you are currently paying every month and how much you're going to pay in total if you pay it off in the months that they gave you. And that's going to change the game. Number 8 is spending more than you earn. We need to start normalizing living below your means. Get out of the paycheck to paycheck lifestyle. So when you're making a budget, make sure you have your savings as well there, so that you know that you have a name for it. Because if you're seeing money remaining, you end up using it recklessly. But if you put that money somewhere else, so it's called a zero-based budget. The budget I use is by basically making sure every single amount of money in your income has a purpose, even if that purpose is savings, emergencies, or whatever. It doesn't technically have to be bills. Number 9 is drinking alcohol every single weekend. Do you know how much you spend on alcohol? I don't think so. So I did some research and I asked Google, how much did South Africa spend on alcohol this past December? This is what Google said. South Africa is the 5th highest alcohol consumer globally. The article stated that 8 billion rand was spent on alcoholic beverages on Christmas Day alone, with the number increasing to 17 billion from Christmas to New Year's Day. That's how much South Africa has spent on Christmas. On the Christmas season alone, on those 7 days, 17 billion. We could have used that money to pay off debts. We could have used that money to do so many other things, but we spent it on alcohol. Like, I'm not going to dive too deep in it because I don't want it to come across like I'm judging anyone. My husband is looking at me and giving me daggers right now. Like I'm talking to him. But it's just something you have to think about. Choose one weekend to just have a good time, but you don't have to be every single weekend. You're buying 6 packs and 12 packs and whatever packs. The other 3 weekends, take that amount of money that you had for alcohol and put it into your debt or put it into your emergency fund. Number 10 and the last one is only spending on your needs. So I'm currently doing a no-buy challenge. So how it works is when I spend my money on my needs, whatever is remaining, I ask myself, with the wants that I want to spend money on, do I really need this want? So for example, as you can see, I had to do my hair. I haven't done my hair in 3 months. So yes, that want, the beauty that I spent money on, ended up being a need because I needed to get a nice wash and a nice treatment and take out the hair, redo the hair. So ask yourself, after you spend your money on your needs, when you have that remaining amount of money, do I need Netflix this month? Or could I take this 100 rand and put it into emergency fund? Whatever it is, like ask yourself, like really try and get yourself to the point where you are now out of this paycheck to paycheck lifestyle because you prioritize paying off debts and saving an emergency fund. And now you can spend money on your wants without feeling guilty because you know that you are debt free and you have also got good savings and investments in place. I really hope that this video has inspired you to make a change and let's have a successful 2025 and glow up. I started a glow up challenge. You can subscribe if you want to. It is a paid subscription on Instagram, or you can join over here below to also join us on the Cornerstone Club. But the Cornerstone Club is more of the glow up challenge plus building a brand, so starting your own business as well. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for the support. I love you all, guys. Please subscribe. It's free. If you would like to just support me, I do appreciate it, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye. Okay. My hair looks so weird. Is it fine if it's down? Is it right, Kanji? How much should they go back? No, now I look hectic. Now I'm stressed.